Welcome to another episode of Whiskey Wisemen here at Mike's apartment. Getting ready to jump into what we're going to do here, which is the Battle of the Ryes. We've got a blind set up here with 5 pours of the bottles that you see in front of you. We've got a handy, I'm not sure what year that is, if it's 23 or 24.
124.9. I believe that's last year's, right?
Maybe, yeah. Maybe.
Pretty sure it's 23s.
Yeah, 23s, or actually 24s, yeah. What year is it?
John, stop being a Ryes guy.
Oh,
snap.
Wow. Is it too early for those?
No. I'm excited, man. I want to get this going.
All right. Well, let's
Tell them about the rest.
Okay, so we have Thomas Handy up there. We have the E.H. Taylor Straight Rye. We have the Michter's 10-year rye. We have the Pikesville Straight Rye, and then we have the Wild Turkey Triumph, which is a 10-year rye, I believe. That's the lineup for tonight. We're going to go through and try to sample one at a time. As you can see on our cups here, we have them kind of A, B, C, D, and then E is the Whiskey Wisemen glasses that we have made up just for the 3 of us because we're just starting out, guys. And so, yeah.
And the ABCDs, so you remember your alphabet, John.
That's right, A, B, C, D. I'm telling you.
Also, Mike didn't give us anything to write down our picks, so we'll probably forget them.
Yeah, we may or may not remember what we have by the end here. But
we may be able to have an assistant help us out with that.
Yep. Well, let's while we're waiting here, it's been a little bit since we've had a good lineup like this in front of us. Dr. Joe just got back from a wild and wonderful vacation.
Indeed.
Yeah, if you want to give us a little lowdown on that, your whiskey adventure that you partook there on the Carnival celebration.
Yeah, it was a great boat. It was a big boat, lots to do. A lot of fun. Pretty decent whiskey selection, actually, in the brewery part of the boat. Every other bar on the boat basically had Buffalo Trace.
Let me guess, Eagle Rare?
Actually, only 2 of them had Eagle Rare, as far as I could tell, which was what everybody thought was the best thing on the boat, you know? I saw Whistle Pig Boss Hog, the 10 Commandments, which... Have you guys had that?
I've never had that.
Never had it. Nope.
Have you had any Boss Hog? Here's our paper.
Yep, and the assistant drops off our...
there we go.
Our little sheet here.
So on the last night, I tried some of this Boss Hog, and it also is a rye that we don't have here, unfortunately. Fantastic. Highly recommend.
We don't own a Boss Hog, any of them.
No, but I'd like to. It was delicious.
Well, I mean, we do like the pig. I mean, I think every one that we've had, there's been a couple that's been a little wonky. But for the most part, I mean, what was that last one up? Like ankles up, butt down, or something like that? What was
the tails and snouts or something?
Yeah.
Oh, that bottle's right behind you.
What is it, snorts and tails?
Yeah, it's right there. Like it's the 10-year. I think they rotate the bottle and the top and bottom
have and tails.
Yeah, snout and tails.
The tail?
That was probably the most disappointing one.
I don't know if I would say it was disappointing, but it was definitely, you can tell, a different offering from Whistle Pig because it is a bourbon. I think 10-year bourbon is what they're going for. And, for their first go or first offering kind of in that line, I thought it was a C+ or maybe a B- effort, which is good for anybody that's jumping in. So,
well, for John standards, that's really good.
Yeah, I mean, it's like champagne.
All right. I feel like we're going to have a lot to talk about these, so we should get going.
All right. What do you guys think? Let's get a nose all up in these things here.
Nose all up on. Let's start with A.
We're guessing what these are?
I don't think as much as we're not guessing what they are. I mean, you can write it down, and if you nail it, and that's cool. But I think it's more like rating them.
Like which one we like the most?
Yeah, like the most through the least.
So
like 1 through 5 kind of deal.
Yeah,
is one the one I like the most, or
yes.
the one I like the least?
I would say 1 is the one you like the most.
I like that. Right. One is the one you like the most, and
so like this is golf, then, not basketball.
No, it's the opposite.
No, don't you want
golf?
A low score in
golf? Yeah, correct. Yes. Yeah, but it's like,
have you ever played golf?
Yes. But in every standing, the first place is the best, right?
Yeah.
I thought you were the smart one, dude.
Yeah. He's coming back from vacation, so
Yeah, he's still.
yeah, give
still
him
tired.
a little bit here. But yeah, so okay, so we're going in here. No,
Also, there's quite a bit of difference in proofs in all of these.
Can we change our answers after? Like if I try this and I'm like, ooh, that was
Yeah, of course. Well, theoretically, the from what I've experienced, the best thing to do is to try them all one way and then start again the opposite way. Right? Have you ever heard that theory or no?
No, but you're a steward.
Yeah.
So a certified, right?
He is
Bourbon steward.
He is now.
I have a piece of paper that said, "Man, that's pretty good."
I thought so too. That A is pretty good.
Yeah, I feel.
And I was like, would she really put the best one in A? It's good.
I think I know which one this is.
Uh-oh.
That means John can taste the Buffalo Trace.
I mean, you can. John can taste the Buffalo Trace in it. What do you think it is?
I'm not going to say. I'm going to write it
think-
down
write it down.
secretly over here on A.
I kind of think I know what it is too.
That's good.
It's pretty good. But I feel like I have to taste a comparator.
So are we gonna go down just a little sip here and
Yeah.
thoughts
Talk
on
about
A?
'em?
Yeah. thoughts
So
on-
whatever A is, I feel like it's very sweet. I feel like it's low proof. Just easy, coats the mouth.
I can tell by the smell of this one. I think I know what it is.
Anybody?
He's in B already.
Man, Joe.
I still have A left. I tasted
He's
it.
still on vacation
Yeah,
mode.
he's on vacation, Joe.
You don't like B?
Ugh.
He doesn't like
Yeah,
B.
but I know what that one is.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Something tells me he thinks B is Michter's.
Or Pikesville.
I'm just saying.
Part of this, though, we can see color, which feels like cheating to me.
I mean, they're all pretty fucking.
I mean, the bottles are a little different, tense. So what'd you all do while I was on vacation?
Fucking bored as hell, man.
That sounds fun.
Well, while you were on vacation, my wife was also gone on a girls' trip for a couple of days, and John didn't
I
call
wasn't
me.
on a girls' trip. Just
And well, you were with a girl, so
Yes.
it counts. And John didn't call me a single time the whole time, so I was very lonely with my kids. Thanks, John.
you saw him Thursday night.
Yeah, and I had a lot of stuff come up. I had to take Jace to Warhammer, which is that store in Winter Park, which is an awesome store. And I've never really done the Warhammer 40,000 deal, but for one, that's one heck of a hobby. Holy cow!
What exactly is that?
So it's like I don't even know how to explain it because I'm not gonna do it justice, but like you have all these figurines and you have these huge boards and it's like a role-playing board game / I don't know.
But did you guys just go to look, or did he participate, or what?
Yeah, so he bought a whole starter kit, which had like Space Marines and another type of army. He already had some of the Tau Empire. Again, I don't know what any of that is, but man, I went in the store and it's right next to Hangry Bison. I know it's.
I'm glad you finally said the name of that right.
Yeah, it was.
We always mess that up.
Right next door. I couldn't believe it when I walked in there. I was like, "Holy cow!" But it's a super nice store. But he had been begging all week to go, so I was like, "Man, we got to take him." And then I went to my other favorite place in Altamont. We went to K-Pot, which was phenomenal.
Yeah, we're big fans of K-Pot.
Yeah, it was awesome. But other than that,
Man, B. Sorry.
You guys don't like it either.
No, go ahead.
It's okay. It's okay. It's very spicy. I feel like it's on the nose. I get spicy. Definitely higher proof than the first one.
What? You think that one's higher proof than the first one?
You don't think it's higher proof than the first one? You think it's lower proof?
I don't know if it's lower proof. I think it's going to be right in the same ballpark. I think probably A's maybe bottle and bond.
Yeah, I don't mean higher like going from 80 to 130. I don't mean that, but I mean like if the first one was 80, this one's like 100 or 90. I don't like it as much as A. I'll tell you that.
For sure. I feel like I can narrow these down to like 2 on here for each of these tastes. I'm like,
You really? You think you're that good, Joe?
well, I feel like I've got like I know that the first one is one of 2 of these, and then there's a second set of 2 that I think the second one is. But maybe I need to try all of them before I can be that precise.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know.
So you're at C, or did you already drink C, Joe?
I didn't drink C.
All right, let's hit up C. You hear all those?
I mean, the nose is really good here.
Yes. This is definitely more floral than the other two, in my opinion.
I think the nose is terrible on this one. I'm pretty confident this is a Michter's.
You said that about B.
No, I didn't. I thought B was either Pikesville or Michter's. And I think I figured it out when I smelled this one.
I think I know what this is.
Actually, it's got a little wild turkey on it.
I don't know about
I don't think it's turkey, bro.
I don't think it's going to be kicking
Let me
chicken
see.
on that one, man.
That one's definitely higher proof than the first two. Would you agree with me on that?
I don't know if it's higher proof. It's just higher spice. If the rye spice is just a little more
Yeah,
in that deal.
100%.
I don't know that it's higher proof. I mean, it might end up being, but it's. I can kind of. I'm chewing it a little bit, up in my teeth. Ooh.
Let me do it.
It's good.
One more of C. What do you think of C? You like it?
No.
You don't like it? Like at all?
Not too much.
Ooh.
I think the good...
I'm not looking forward to E.
To E?
There's no E, John.
Yeah.
Well, E is the Whiskey Wisemen.
Yeah, the Whiskey Wisemen. Yeah, whatever's in that glass.
Man, I don't know. That one's...
All right, I'm going into the big D here.
Big D.
The big D.
Big
Johnny D.
I know exactly what that is, I think.
Myrtle Bean.
That's my favorite one so far.
You know what's going to be funny? That's going to be Michter's.
That would be funny.
D.
You think that's Michter's?
I do.
Man, either
I could be wrong, but I mean, it's on the nose. Oh yeah.
Dude, I think what we should do also not only rate them. I feel like we should rate them at the end, but also, like you said,
Guess them.
guess what you. Yeah.
That's pretty good overall.
I think this one's my favorite so far, but I think this one's the spiciest, the hottest, highest proof, whatever your lingo is. Yeah, dude.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I've got a friend of mine sent us a couple samples. Shout out to Zach for hooking us up with birthday bourbon 21 or 22, Mike? Is that what it was?
Yeah, we actually had that without you, Joe.
Yeah.
So you're welcome.
Thanks.
Yeah. that time when Mike said I didn't come over and bring anything,
Yeah. It's a birthday bourbon.
Yeah, birthday bourbon, and then I had the
Thanks for saving. The only person who had a birthday this month was me.
we had that Hardin Creek Boston bottle, Joe. Apparently it's like 17-year bean juice. It was I mean, it was like a kiss of like I don't know, like it made me nervous. Like when I drunk it I was like, ugh. Better not tell my wife about this.
when I'm in town,
It was very good.
When I'm in town, you're like, Joe, what do you want? We got like 1792 small batch here. And when I leave, you all bust out all the good stuff.
We don't own small batch 1792. You know better than that.
We don't have one of those.
We don't own one of those. In fact, if you follow us on Instagram, we make jokes quite often about 1792 small batch.
Yeah, I don't even know if that's good with Coke. You know what I mean? Like we talked about Eagle Rare.
If you pour enough in there.
Yeah, we talked about Eagle Rare being pretty good with Coke, but 1792 small batch is like, ugh.
Yeah. I don't think that's good with anything. Agreed.
Okay, I'm going deep into E here.
Do you think that smells bad, John?
I don't know that it smells bad. It just it's got a I don't know. It's got a funk that I can't. I don't know. I can't really.
It would be cool if it had a taste. Can you guys taste anything?
On that one?
Yeah.
Um,
Because I tasted nothing.
lower proof than the last one, for sure.
Feel like that just tastes like water.
You know?
Well, to some people, that's a good thing.
Yeah, Joe. Jeez.
This does have a funk. It does have a funk to it.
The smell, I don't think the taste does. I don't taste anything.
I had one that tastes like that once. What was that called, Joe? Remember that one?
Oh,
It was a double oak or not double oak, but apple something.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that was
was
that
that
was the what was that?
Widow Jane apple.
Widow Jane
rye.
apple,
it was
yes.
the Widow Jane apple. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
like it smelled like nothing and tastes like nothing.
That is legit. That was legit water. What do you guys think of that last one?
I think it tastes like Pikesville.
Yeah, I guess Pikesville.
You think so?
It has no taste.
I don't think so, man.
That's what I put down.
I feel like I mean so oh, that's 110. That kind of changes things for me. I for some reason thought Pikeville was lower proof than that. I thought it was like in the mid high 90s.
I don't know. It may not be Pikesville.
It's 110.
I know, but I mean, just because it's 110.
What's the proof on this? This doesn't say. Master's
Is
Keep.
it bottle and bond maybe?
No.
I saw one of those on the cruise when I got off at the port in St. Martin. They had that. $3.95.
Master's Keep.
$3.90 Triumph. Yeah, $3.95.
Oh, here it is. It's up here. This is 104.
Yeah.
Master's Keep is 104.
What's the Michter's? Is it bottle and bond? Or is it 90?
No. Michter's is 92.
92.
92 point something. I can't see even though I have my glasses on.
Okay.
And then obviously this is 100 because it's bottled and bond.
All right.
And-
Well, that changes it up a little bit. Well, I'm going to take the Whiskey Wiseman. Is going to be a Pikesville to the face is what I'm going to call this.
You think so? I don't think this is Pikesville.
The only other one it could be is in Michter's. It very well could be Michter's because of the nose. Because sometimes when you put your nose in it and you got to pull back, it's like you take a deep breath and you just go right in. You know what I mean? Like
I don't know, dude. It's got a funk like. I think this is. I know you're gonna disagree with me wholeheartedly, man. But I think this is Master's Keep.
no,
You don't think so?
it might be. I mean, there's a chance somewhere hidden below here that after that wild turkey opened up a little bit that it became a disappointing bird. But I don't think it is.
We've come back to that one quite often though.
Honestly, the nose on A and B has put me in the wild turkey realm. Like, I believe that.
I think A is Master's Keep.
What John? You know this. Pikesville is who? Who makes
Heaven
Pikesville?
Hill, I think.
That's Heaven Hill.
Yep.
I mean, Heaven
makes that
Hill's. Yeah.
one. Yep, that is a Heaven Hill product.
All right. Well, I'm going to go back down. I'm going to go back down the line.
I'm ahead of you, man. I already did that.
Man, Joe,
God damn, dude.
he's
Yeah.
ready.
Why are you racing, bro?
I have my ratings and my guesses. So
Holy shit, bro.
what are
Jesus.
you guys doing over here?
I mean,
Get with it.
we're savoring. He's still on vacation mode, dude.
He is. I don't know. Now that I'm going back down the line here on D, this one thinks.
The D's hitting you like a big D.
Well, I think
D,
this.
D is my favorite.
Well, I think this big D's like a handy. That's what I'm
No,
thinking.
I think
it
it's
is.
EH Rye.
I think it's
I think-
handy. Handy.
I think D is. I think D. Well,
I think-
Are we saying this yet or no?
Well, I'm just writing it down here.
We'll write it down.
I'm gonna write down big handy.
I mean, I got notes here like when I was
God
getting my degree.
damn.
You know?
Well, say your notes then.
No, because you said we're not ready.
Oh well.
Mike's over here. He's writing the flavor notes. Like
I am.
the
I'm like, spicy, low proof-
spicy honey.
Well, I feel like that's-
he wrote hint of.
It has a hint of saffron, with a
Well, listen.
with a small touch of
I am.
elderberry.
He is a steward.
I am a certified executive bourbon steward now.
Ooh, executive.
So
He's the CEO of bourbon.
that's what it's called. It's called executive bourbon steward, and it was an awesome class, by the way. And these two losers didn't want to take it with me, so I took it by myself again.
I did want to take it.
I know they. I'm just giving them crap because they wanted to take it, but they were both out of town or they were doing something.
I used my money to go to Puerto Rico on the
Yeah,
cruise.
which I mean, I
Which
would
was
have
gorgeous.
done the same.
Yeah, it was gorgeous. And you know, while I was there, for those of you who tune into our other episodes where we argue about where rum comes from, I was like, oh.
I don't want to get into that.
This is why Mike thought this rum came from Cuba. Because you're right. You go there and it's everywhere. Like everybody's like, oh, rum capital of the world.
I mean,
it's very big in Puerto Rico.
You want to start this again?
No, I'm being legitimate with
It's
you.
made there and it's bottled there.
I know.
It's just
and
not
I
from
still
there.
actually you could take. There was a Bacardi tour
Yeah.
that you could do. I didn't do it, but I was like, oh, then I could learn about like because clearly the original recipe was from Cuba, but at some point it moved into Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
And I'd love to know the history of that. But yeah, it was interesting.
Dude.
There was a ton of rum. I was like, if I was a rum
That's all it
person,
is, dude.
this
It's like
would be
rum and
great.
Coke, rum and like. I mean, rum is what they make in.
Pina colada.
I went to the place where the original pina colada was created.
Yeah, I saw those pictures, dude.
Yeah.
And I had one from there.
Me too. I've been there.
You been there?
Did you get
Yeah.
the cup?
No, I don't need the cup.
Yeah, I got the cup, man. Yeah. I mean,
I've never even seen you drink a pina colada.
well, I'm just saying, in 10 years, I'll probably won't remember going, but I will have the cup.
But it had a little plaque there that said this is the original home.
That's right.
where it was
Did you
created.
see the? Did you walk through Old San Juan? Or
Yeah.
No? Yeah.
Yeah.
You saw the world's smallest house. You see
No,
that?
we didn't see that.
It's literally like maybe like 6 feet wide,
Oh, jeez.
and it's like 2 stories tall, and it's like maybe 50 feet long.
No, but we
But
went.
how do you sleep in like 6 feet?
Yeah, I don't know. That's crazy. I mean, I'm only 5'9", so I probably could do it. How do you sleep in 6 feet?
I couldn't. My feet would be dangling.
But we did. We like when they did the tour. They took us down where the music video for Despacito was filmed.
Oh yeah, that bar.
That whole area?
Yes, yeah,
Like they were like, oh, right there is where they filmed it.
yeah.
What's Despacito? Is that like Desperado?
What?
No,
you don't. It was like the number one
It's the
song,
song, dude.
in like 2019, 2020.
You know the song.
Despacito.
Yeah. You don't know that song, John?
I don't.
Damn it, man! You're
I
gonna
know.
make me say you're from Dodge again.
Can we play it on here or no? I don't know what the rules are.
Probably not. We probably don't have that.
Well, I don't. Yes.
Like how much can you play on here?
Listen, we're not monetized, so you can play whatever you want.
All right, let's
But
see.
you never heard that song,
He's about to hear it.
John?
He's heard it.
Despacito? Is that
Yes.
what it's called?
This is a classic, man.
It's a Spanish classic, dude. So that song,
This literally was like the number one song in the world.
yeah, for like a while. So that song is sang by Luis Fonsi, which is Puerto Rican, right? And also Justin Bieber is in one of the remixes of it.
The whole song is in Spanish.
I mean, honestly, I am. I may be the whitest guy in the room.
This won like the number one most popular song in the world.
Well, wait till it gets to the.
Yeah,
or
you're
you
not
can
even
fast
there
forward
yet.
it. You've had to have heard this, dude. Maybe not that part, but watch. Don't worry about what he's saying.
Don't worry. These
Right here.
words.
Nobody cares about like they just listen and beat. You never heard the song?
No.
That's wild, man.
Oh my
I don't know. I've never
god,
heard this.
John, we can't be friends, dude.
Well, I think when was it 2019? You said I was still living in Kansas, man.
I don't know. They didn't play that song in Kansas.
Nah, it's Red Dirt or
All right,
nothing.
when
Hey, we gotta remember, John's 70, so.
when was?
That's right.
But you remember it was like the number one song in the world.
32 in case
When was
anybody
this?
asks.
Oh, 2017, dude.
Yeah, I was definitely.
That's
in
only
Kansas.
6 years ago, man.
No, I couldn't.
You haven't been in Florida 6 years?
I listened to
No,
that. I
I was
listened
in
to that
Kansas.
song on
Really?
repeat,
Yeah.
man.
It's more than 6 years, Mike. It's 2025, bro.
Oh, that's what, 17? That's like 8 years.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at math,
Long
just
time.
so we know.
Long time.
Dude,
Dude, my oldest was
really
4,
like
and he
either.
remembers that song.
Um,
So they took us there, and then have you been to the T-Mobile Center?
yes.
That is awesome.
Yeah, dude.
I was
that-
like, can
they
we
just
build
built that
one?
a few
Can we
years
build
ago.
one of those here?
Did you see the ceiling? How it's
Yeah,
all,
it's amazing.
Yeah.
And then those big fans that you were talking about, they have
Yeah,
those right
the
there, the
big
big ass
ass fans,
fans.
yeah.
I was like, hey, they're right there. But I was thinking about it, and
Those
I was
things are
like,
stupid
it is
expensive.
interesting that, like, so what T-Mobile basically invested and just paid for that whole thing to be developed to slap their name on it.
It's amazing. You know, they
It's
do
cool.
concerts there all the
Yeah,
time.
you could tell there was
Yeah.
like a stage setup and everything, and there was like restaurants.
I'm gonna end up guessing this one really bad, guys. I don't know. I'm trying to.
Oh man, B. It's got to be Minters.
Well, I have my. I'm going to go through it one more time. I have my guesses. You guys are like done?
No, I'm just saying those were heavy pours, and I'm trying to collect my thoughts here as I'm.
I'm still wondering how John never heard the song Despacito.
Yeah, that's slightly embarrassing, John.
Yeah. You guys ever listen to Bart Crow?
No.
Well,
No, but I listen.
Is that embarrassing to you for us?
No.
I listen to good music. Like if you play, like we just played that song on the podcast, and 100% of our listeners will have heard it. If you play that
100%.
song that you're about to play, everyone's gonna be like, "I never heard that song in my life."
Dude, that's like not knowing who Madonna is.
I know who Madonna is, like a virgin.
That's the only song you can remember.
That's the only song he remembers, and not the one he practices.
Yep, I got. Hold on, I heard this one.
Hey,
What is that,
wait,
John?
we're definitely not going to get any infringement violations on this.
Hey, we're not monetized, so it doesn't matter.
You guys never heard this? Oh man, it's the Bart Crow Band.
John, nobody, you recording your friends singing, no one's going to know that.
Around me.
I've never heard that shit in my life.
Can we do a blind on which song is better?
Well, wait till you get to the chorus here. Hold on.
What the chorus was?
Angel, I don't love you anymore.
John, what is that? Yeah, I'm not sure that I'm not sure.
There will be a few people who watch this. The 5 or 6 people that watch this episode.
If
Don't
you're
know
one of
who that
those,
is?
if you're one of those people, please comment and say that you've heard that
Comment,
song
say
before.
Bart Crow Band. Yep.
Hey,
that's
we're
all
gonna
you
see a
can
bunch
say.
of comments from a username JD001, JD002. They're all gonna have just registered for YouTube.
Is John going like bastards? Dude, I think I'm gonna go through it one more time, but I'm pretty sure.
I mean, I'm feeling more confident as I go back through it and look at my ratings. I'm like, I think I got this.
Yeah.
Think you got it in the bag, huh?
So I'm gonna go. That's gotta be right.
Wait, who has the key?
The key.
Yeah, how do we know what they
It's
were?
on my phone. My wife texted it to me. I have not looked at my phone, so I don't know what's what. My wife's
She's
the
our
one that.
behind-the-scenes producer for this episode.
Yeah.
She
we have
poured-
different people. that
She
do
did these pours, and she gave us these cards to write on.
Yeah, she also had a few pours herself.
She did some taste testing.
I do have.
She could have been a fourth person.
She
She could have blinded it with us.
I do have. Like details about all these once we figure out what's what.
I mean, why would an executive steward not have those?
Yeah, I have all MSRP. I have mash bills for each one, which might explain, certain spicy levels. So what's cool is some of these. I think 1 or 2 of these are actually 95 fives. So they're 95% rye, 5% malted barley, and some other ones are all over the place. Some other ones are like 53% rye, 30-something%, corn, and then 10 or 12% rye or malted barley.
I think you should hold each bottle up to the camera so people get a good. I like those shots in the.
Yeah, so I'll do it once we figure out what's what. I'll definitely do that.
All right, I got my.
John, you were writing a thesis over there? Are you done?
Yeah, I've got.
John,
I got them
you
all.
haven't even finished your pours, dude.
I know.
Well, look at us. Like
I'm like heartburn.
Heartburn. Those of you guys who don't know, but John is actually the reason why me and Joe do this.
That's true.
So
He is such a terrible friend that we have to drink. So we were like, what should we do?
Yeah.
And we landed on bourbon and
Yeah.
whiskey.
Yeah, there could be some truth to that.
but no, so John is the reason why we got into it because 3 years ago now, 2 years ago ish, something like that. Again, I'm not good at math. We were hanging out for his 18th wedding anniversary.
Dude, is that really when it started? That's crazy.
Yeah, 18th wedding anniversary, and I was a Jack and Coke kind of guy, and he busted out Elijah Craig 18, and we finished the freaking
Sweet
bottle.
nectar right there.
It's delicious.
Really
We finished the bottle, and I was like, John, what the hell is this? And ever since then, we didn't look back.
And then I remember the first time I went with John to a liquor store, and it was. John, do you remember what I bought?
Oh, it wasn't the time you bought the Buffalo Trace, was it?
No.
The first bottle you bought?
Yeah.
God, these
No, well, I don't know which came first. It was that Buffalo Trace, or you can tell that story.
No.
Or
Yeah, you go ahead, Joe. You tell it better.
or
than I do.
when we went to Kenny's for the first time.
Oh, that was a good time too.
You remember that one?
I'm gonna let you tell it, Joe.
I mean, I'm
'Cause
just
I've
being
had-
sentimental.
What'd you
here.
buy? What'd you buy?
I've had 7 pours here.
Well, at Kenny's, I know the first one that I ever bought with him. This was John's recommendation. Okay, just so everybody knows.
John's recommendation.
Because
It wasn't-
apparently
it was
he's
not
not.
Eagle Rare.
Yeah, apparently he was like, this guy will never be into bourbon. So he recommended that I buy the Old Elk gift set. You remember that? It had an Old Elk.
That was at
With-
Sonny's.
Yeah,
That was
I mean Sonny's, not kidding. Sonny's,
Listen,
yeah. It
and
had
we
an
don't-
Old Elk bottle, just regular Old Elk.
I remember that.
But a pretty neat topper.
It was.
It
a
did
cool
have.
topper.
I still have the topper,
Yeah.
and actually, I still have the full bottle of Old Elk.
Yeah.
Because shortly thereafter, I started drinking stuff that actually had good taste. Yeah, that was.
there goes the Old Elk pitch.
Yeah, so I don't think we're going to be having an Old Elk night on here.
I mean, not all of them are bad. Just the double
Just all of
double
them.
wheat. Yeah,
Just all of them.
that double wheat is rough.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, the cigar blend.
people said that
It
the
wasn't-
cigar blend
it
was.
wasn't horrible though. I mean, but it wasn't great. It wasn't like everybody brought it up to be. But it was.
Yeah,
it
it's
wasn't
not.
bad.
I'm not.
Probably
I
just wasn't
personally,
worth it.
I personally am not a huge fan of Old Elk at all.
I'm trying to think what I just picked as D here. I think I got it right.
All right.
I'm way off.
All right. So I am going to go.
Easy there.
Sorry. Excuse me.
That's the heartburn right there.
Yeah, that is. That's the rye that just keeps barking back at you.
Well, I did tell you that story. I did a whiskey tasting on the boat, on the cruise, and there was a guy there that fancied himself a whiskey aficionado. And for us, like I'm not gonna sit here and act like, oh, I know everything about this, but he definitely was, and he tastes a Woodford rye.
A Woodford rye?
Yeah, it was a rye.
Woodford makes rye?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And he goes, ooh, whew, that is hot. It was 88 proof. And so I just stood there for a minute, and he's like, I don't think I can drink any more of these. That was way too hot. And I said, you're just tasting the spice of the rye, sir.
And he thought it was hot.
He thought it was hot.
88 proof.
No.
Well, did you say shit? Did you talk shit to him? or-
I just said that.
Yeah.
I said, that's just the spice of the rye. And then,
I think I'm going to be way off on my choices here.
You think so?
Well, that's why I'm sitting over here quietly because I'm contemplating life choices.
Well, it's also you haven't finished yours at all. Like me and Joe have been done. Like we're like over here licking glasses and stuff.
well, you are.
Yeah. These are all very good. You are a bigger fan of Ryes than I am.
I am actually a big rye fan of good ryes. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like for me, because this tasting I went to, they had the Woodford rye, they had a Jack Daniel's rye, both of which were terrible. But I could tell. Like, I feel for me, like with ryes, there's two distinct categories. It's either a really, really good rye or really bad. And even tonight, like, I could tell you, 3 of these taste very good to me. 2 of them taste very bad to me. Yeah.
You're going to be surprised what you get, Joe.
I mean, I'm a little nervous because I'm like, whew,
Yeah.
this could turn my world upside down.
Listen,
but-
I am.
I own
all
two.
of these.
No, I own 2 of 5.
What?
Yeah, I don't have.
Only
I would,
these 2?
I would never buy Michter's. Yeah, and I might buy Pikesville, but I don't own one. I would definitely buy Triumph if I could find it for a good price. But
We'll talk about the MSRP too after we.
I know I saw the Triumph in the Islands for $3.95. I was like,
That is nowhere close to MSRP.
yeah, I was like, that's rough. So had to pass, but it was a cool box.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm switching those up. I'm gonna put Pikesville as first. And I'm gonna put that.
Dude, I'm looking at Mike's answers. He is so off.
All
You think I'm off?
Ugh.
All right.
You think I'm off?
But bro, we
Mic
are
drop.
so discrepant.
Dude, what if one of us nails every single one?
Yeah. What if? Because I don't feel like I'm in that category.
I mean, I'm really worried that I'm not really a rye guy. Like,
Okay.
if I'm not wrong.
All right. So let me have the phone and I'm gonna read them off because you guys are better at it than me.
Well, I feel like no, but we got to guess first,
I've already
and then
got
we'll
mine.
look at the phone.
We need to know your
All right.
guesses.
All right. So
You got to say them out loud.
okay. So A,
What do you think A is?
I have my A as Pikesville.
No way.
I have my A as Pikesville also, but what did it rate at for you? Like 1 through 5, like first, or you didn't do that, did you?
No. I'm gonna.
Damn
say,
it, John.
I'm gonna say.
All right, we'll
I'm gonna
skip
say
to
that-
Joe over here.
I'm gonna say that's a 4 for me.
There's no.
That's what happens when you're
I'm
from
so
Dodge,
wrong,
you know?
man.
You're wrong.
Because I said it was Master's Keep, but there's no way if John
Well,
didn't
I don't
like it.
Well, I don't care what you say, but
John would know if it was a Master's Keep because he's a Wild Turkey fan.
What do you rate it as?
A 2. I thought it was pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
A? That's this
Yeah,
one, right?
Ace is very good.
I
yeah.
thought A was very good.
So let's be clear here. All
you
of
thought
these,
Pikesville was very good?
I rated it 5.
Oh, so you didn't like A?
So no, I liked it. It's just not better than the other 4, in my opinion.
All right.
I just went
Right?
back to it again. Pikesville had finished it all. That very well could be straight rye. Could be H. Taylor.
I
don't think
I
so
think
at
it
all.
would be close, but I had D for that. So.
All right.
All right. So you have Pikesville
Yep.
for A,
Yep. Pikesville A.
and what did you rate it as?
4.
4.
Number 4.
So I have Pikesville for A also, and I rated it number 5 because out of all these 5, I feel like it's the lowest, but it is still very good. I don't feel like it's bad, especially, and we'll talk about this going next, especially for the MSRP. So this is the lowest MSRP out of all these,
Yeah, you can find that anywhere.
like by a lot.
You can find that anywhere, right?
This is $40.
$50.
46 bucks is MSRP on
Yeah,
this.
50
These are nowhere near that. Well, this one sort of, but not the rest. So what do you have for A?
Master's Keep, too.
You have Master's Keep?
For B? Or you
For
know-
B?
No,
or,
A.
No,
A.
I think
Oh,
it's Master's Keep for
You
2.
had Master's Keep for A. Oh, Myrtle
Yeah.
Vane.
John, if I'm right, you're going to have to, apologize to the Wild Turkey gods.
I will.
Yeah. So John here is the Wild Turkey expert.
He's the one he's the reason
Listen,
we get into Wild Turkey.
I
Like,
had Wild Turkey and I marked it out. For
You
Pikesville.
did.
I'm telling you, man.
I did.
It's got that funk.
I did. I marked through it.
All right. So what do you have for B?
I had Michter's 4. I thought B was gross.
I had B as E.H. Taylor straight rye.
There's no way. John, what was the rating?
I gave it a 1.
Oh,
Bro,
damn.
you thought B was the best? Oh, I'm going to be embarrassed because just everyone knows, but before this, that E.H. Taylor straight rye, I thought was better than Handy when we
Yes,
when we did it
which we
before.
can talk about that. We did a blind, us 3 at my house, because we tried the Handy first.
Well, we had tried that months
Yeah.
before.
And then I was able to get a straight rye, and then we tried it, and we're like, this is better than Handy.
I honestly thought it was so good. I told Mike, if you ever see that again,
Hey,
get it for me. And
I
he
just-
did the next day.
I just had another little lick of it. I think it's E.H. Taylor straight rye.
B?
B.
I don't think so.
No way.
But so then
I would
to
not.
finish the story, so B was or not B, but whatever. Rye was it won all 3 of us. It won the blind between straight rye and Handy. Just so you guys know.
It did.
I got that as number
But
1.
you know, your tastes do change, I feel like.
They do.
So-
They do. Plus
And we didn't blind it against other ryes. So
100%. And they've
we
been
did.
open. Well,
actually,
We did blind it against other ryes. We went against the Taylor and the Handy, and we did one other
it was
one.
just these 2.
okay, but here's
I
the
thought-
question.
No, we did 3.
And-
we did one more.
Did
I
we?
forget what it was.
And this will show my naivete because I'm not a 30-year expert like
Did you just say
John or
naivete?
an executive steward like
Easy now.
Mike. But is the mash bill the same for E.H. Taylor and Thomas Handy?
Do you want me to tell you? Because I have that.
I don't-
I mean, my guess is yes, but I don't know.
I don't
Right.
know.
So
don't
I
know
can
that
tell
it
you right
is.
now. Excuse me.
And they're just
Um,
different age statements.
It is nowhere near the same mash
Are you
bill.
kidding?
Nowhere near.
That's wild. Okay.
Like nowhere close.
Well, I want to hear more. Great.
Okay. So, all right. So, what do you have for B? I think B is Turkey. It's Triumph.
Ooh,
And I rated it number 3.
it could be. I mean, it was sweet, but I don't
do
I'm
think.
you think?
surprised that John didn't know
I-
right away.
What turkey was?
I
agree.
That was my first pick on number 2 was Wild Turkey. And I marked through it and I went with EH.
You went with EH? So for C, what do you have for C?
So you have Wild Turkey. And I have it as number 2.
So for C, I have EH Taylor.
I have Handy. We're different on all these guys.
I know. It's
Except
awesome.
you and Mike agree on Pikesville.
I love it. I love the fact that we're so different because we're going to talk so much crap about who's right and who's wrong.
I'm like so disappointed because I think the thing I thought was a great rye, I'm going to find out is a 5.
So, all right. So what do you have for C, Joe?
I have a Handy 3.
You have Handy?
Yeah.
Wow.
I feel like you're close because for that's what I have for D. And they tasted very similar
Well,
to
for
me.
D, I have EH Rye. So
Okay.
Yeah.
and that was my number 1.
I had Handy for D.
You have
Yeah.
Handy for D?
So
I had it
what
as
we
my
think
number-
their Sazerac.
Number 3.
Okay.
That is my number 3.
All right. So, and then for the Whiskey Wiseman glass.
100% is
the last
Pikesville. 5, the worst.
It's Michter's.
No way. I put
Michter's.
Michter's for the last one. Too.
It's yeah.
You guys think Michter's has no taste?
No.
Well-
I think it has. It's not just that it has no taste. The nose was so bad
Yeah.
that it had to be Michter's.
But you guys like Michter's. I don't.
I do like Michter's, but
I don't-
when I smelled that, I kind of pulled back a little.
I don't feel.
Does Michter's stink?
No.
No, I'm not saying it stinks. I'm
Listen.
just saying it needs deodorant.
No. So I feel like Michter's is very. I feel like it's good. Like I mean, I rated it a 4
I'm not a fan of Michter's.
out of the other ones. The nose is, in my opinion, meh. But the taste was okay.
What was the Michter's that I tried that I told you guys tasted like olives?
That was a 10-year bourbon.
That was the bourbon. The rye's better than the bourbon, in my opinion.
Oh, for sure. Nothing tasted as bad as that.
and guys, we got to remember, there's always different batches every year too.
Yeah.
So we need to look at the batch of that Michter's too and see,
Well, this should be last year's.
23.
You're gonna hold them up, I thought.
I am,
Yeah.
but it doesn't say here what year
Yeah,
it was.
let me see
Does
it.
Right here. It says it's 23-33333.
So 23, probably,
Yeah.
right?
So 20. Yeah, 23.
I asked on the boat what the best bourbon they had was. Do you know what they told me?
Probably some stupid.
Yeah, probably
Like,
benchmark.
Huh? No.
No.
They did have benchmark.
Let's take a guess.
actually.
Let's take a guess. I'm gonna say.
Hang on. You want me to tell you what they had, and then you can guess? Because that way you
Sure.
okay.
Sure.
Boss Hog, E.H. Taylor, small batch, Blanton's, Buffalo Trace, Whistle Pig, 10-year rye, Eagle Rare, and did I say Buffalo Trace already?
You did.
Yeah. So which one? Do you
The
think
best one out of those?
Yeah, they were
They
like,
feel
ooh.
like.
They were probably pushing the Eagle Rare.
I'm gonna guess not Buffalo Trace. I feel like something. Maybe
they had
maybe
Rare
the
Breed. They had Rare Breed too.
Ooh,
maybe the Boss Hog. Maybe the Boss Hog. They thought was the best.
Eagle Rare.
No one said Boss Hog, which to me, that was the only one on their price list alone, regardless of if you know anything. That was probably 4 times the amount of all the other pours.
Yeah.
Blands.
Well,
That's what they said.
I mean, it's
Just regular old Blands.
Listen,
It's
but-
a cool bottle.
But listen, it is the. I mean, it's the quintessential, right? What a lot of
They were
people
like-
feel like it's the
They
best.
were like, John Wick drinks it.
Yeah. That's right. John Wick drinks it, therefore is the best.
They drink it at the end of A Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. That's where you
Alright.
see.
All right, I did see. My son is a big John Wick fan, and we saw a bunch of the movies, and it's on there.
It's on
like,
there, dude.
Often.
He drinks it every time he goes back
Yeah.
to his place. He drinks
Often,
it.
like
Yeah.
that bottle is on there. Like,
But
a few
that's
times.
actually one of my favorite things when I'm watching stuff is like when I can pick out the bottle or like I'm like,
Yeah.
ooh, I know what that like because from a product placement angle, most people just see that and they just think, oh, like
yeah.
that's just a drink. But it's like, no, they're putting that drink on your screen.
Yeah. And it's funny because they put it like perfectly aligned.
Yeah, they show
like,
the
yeah,
bottle,
yeah.
which I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the bottles are beautiful.
They are.
I love Blanton's
100%.
bottles, and I love how they do the different letters and all that. So
All right.
100%.
All right, what is? Let me.
All right, so
hang
hang on. I'm
hang on, we
looking.
got to give each other a point. You get a point for everyone you got right, and you lose a point for everyone you get wrong.
Okay. I feel like I'm 100% right, but I could be 100% wrong too. So who knows?
I feel that way too.
I'm a shit show, so we'll see. Oh
Let me see it. Yeah.
oh no!
Dude,
You got the first one.
Oh, we got some of them right.
I knocked it out of the park.
I got
No,
none
you
of
didn't. No, you
I got
didn't.
none of them right.
All right. Hang on.
Hey, Mike.
All right, so A.
I knocked it out of the park, bro.
Hang on. What do you have for A?
I had Pikesville.
So A is Pikesville. You can't probably see this, but my wife sent me this.
I'm not a rye guy.
So this is
Just looking at that.
all right. So A is Pikesville.
Yes,
Dude, guys, I gave that a 2.
A is
I gave that a
Pikesville.
2. I need to go get me a bottle of that.
Dude, I have it as 5. But you put it as a 2.
Yes.
So Pikesville is 110 proof. This is you rated it as a 2.
Yeah.
I rated it as 5. What do you rate it?
I gave it as 4.
4. So it's pretty
Give me
good.
this bottle. I'll take it home.
So we have Pikesville, $46 MSRP, and the mash bill is 51%, 51.39.10. So 51 rye, 39% corn, 10% malted barley, $46.
Dude, that's great. Like, come on. I know
That's
you guys
it.
rated it
Okay.
a 5,
So-
but listen, for $46.
So I get a point for getting that right?
Yeah, but
One.
for $46, you don't think that's worth it?
So I get a point for that too because I got it right.
All right, so what was B?
Hang on. B is E.H. Taylor straight rye.
I'm so embarrassed.
Fuck.
I gave that a 4,
How
and
did I
that was
fuck
like
that
that was my top one before. Jeez.
I'm just going to remind everybody who picked B as E.H. Taylor Straight Rye. That was
So
Johnny D.
for B, I picked turkey. So I was
I'm embarrassed.
I was
Anybody want
wrong.
my bottle? I'll trade you for a pike.
All right, let's go to what is number C?
So
here?
for C, the correct bottle is wild turkey.
Jeez, I got that one wrong.
God damn, John.
You got it?
So he got it right. So C, I had E.H. Taylor, which I rated number 1, to be clear.
I had it as 2.
I mean, I gave it a 3, which means it was in my
So
top 3.
I had E.H. Taylor Straight Rye as number 1. I had the turkey number 2, and I had D, which is the handy, which was 3. I gave it a 3.
Handy is bottle D, which is the 4th one.
I got close. I said EH right. Ooh, I can't wait to know. Oh, so that means it's Michter's is the last one.
Yep. So
Which actually makes a ton of sense because I gave it a 5 and I ate Michter's. So,
Yep. So,
but I guessed Bikesville, so I got it wrong.
dude, so you got them all right.
I got every single one of them right.
I got
You-
every single one of them wrong. And Mike, you did the middle.
I did in the middle. I got 3 right and 2 wrong. So I got Pikesville right. I got Handy right and Michter's right. And then I basically flopped turkey and EH, B and C.
I'm pleased. You know why? Because my second favorite bottle is only $40.
Dude. So okay, so let's talk. So I only got 3. You got 5 points. I got 3
Wait,
points.
what was D
You got
again?
0.
What was D again?
D was Handy.
Yeah, I have that bottle, and I gave it a 1. So actually, I mean, Handy still rose.
Okay.
Yeah.
You gave it number 1?
Oh no, I gave it. I'm sorry, I gave it a 1, but it was EH Ryes what I thought it was.
I got you.
So
okay.
but I did give it a 1. So, it was still up there for me.
So for
But EH Rye, here's what's crazy: the EH, I guessed. Well, I thought that was EH, and then the Handy, I gave. That was Wild Turkey. I gave a 3. I gave the EH Taylor Rye though, which I thought was one of my favorites, a 4. Yeah. So.
that sucks.
Yeah. So for me, it's this.
I mean, I feel like it was spot on
And
for
that.
me.
Damn, dude. So he managed to get all 5 of them 100% right, which is, I mean, it's fitting considering you've been drinking bourbon for 20 years.
Yeah, but not rye. I'm not a big rye guy, but
Well, apparently you are.
Well, I mean,
Hey, John, I was a big rye guy until this podcast started.
yeah.
All right. So so some details about so we got what so A was Pikesville, right?
So the next one would be the E.H. Taylor.
All right. So we're going to put this is A, B was
It was the EH Taylor.
E.H. Taylor. So A, B,
Wild Turkey.
turkey was C,
Handy.
Handy Michter's.
Yep.
So that's the correct A, B, C, D, E, or in our case,
Yeah, so
Whiskey Wisemen.
talk about those, Mike, in terms of the MSRPs and how hard they are to get. I mean, because I think that's what a lot of people on here, they're going to be like, oh man, those are 5 decent bottles, but I can't get those in my
Hang on
pocket.
though. So that's what they actually were. What we should now do is average our scores in terms of how good they are and reorder them for the viewers?
Yeah, I mean, we could do that.
All right, so...
What do you guys rate as number one?
So for me, number one was D, which was Handy.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys gave it what?
No, you had it pretty up there, too, right?
I had Handy as 3.
What did you have for 1?
I had E.H. Taylor Straight Rye.
E.H.? What
Hang
did
on,
you
don't do it that way. Just start with this. What? Give me your scores for those.
4.
Okay.
5.
And I said... that was Pike. So... I gave it... No, but... Yeah, I gave it a 2. All right. So that's what? 9 plus 2, 11 divided by 3. I don't know, guys. I can't do math.
Get you
about 3 something. 3 something, right?
Yeah, it's like 3.66666. 667.
That's the number of the devil.
All right, yep, 3.67. All right. So that was for which one?
Pikesville.
Okay, go to the next one. EH.
1 for me.
Mike?
EH was...
You had a 3, I think.
It was 3. It was B? B was EH?
Yeah.
I put 3.
So
You're right.
EH. I gave it a 4, 3. So me and Mike were close on that one in terms of like actual flavor profile. That's at 2.67. Next one was Master's Keep.
Yep, I gave it a 2.
2. Mike?
I gave it a 1.
1. And I gave it a 3. So we were close on that one, guys. John, you've converted us to Wild Turkey. 6 divided by 3 is 2.
But on this one, the lowest score is the better one, right?
Yeah. Handy.
I put 2.
3.
And that was 4. That was D, right?
You put 1, I think, no?
I gave it a 1, yeah.
Yeah.
So that one's going to do just as good. It's a 2, right? So Handy and Master's Keep were tied. And then the last one was Michter's, which is...
I put 4.
I put 5.
And I said...
9.
I said 5.
There
So,
you go.
sorry, Michter's. You're never coming on the podcast. But we all align that Michter's is bad.
So
I think it is.
Michter's is definitely the last one.
So 14 divided by 3 is 4.
I want to say these two are probably...
So the order is Handy, Master's Keep are tied, and then EH, and then Pike, and then Michter's.
So Handy and Handy.
I'm
and
actually happy
Masters-
with that order.
All right. So what was it? Handy and Michter's are tied.
Yep.
Then Taylor.
Yep.
Then Pikesville. Then God
Yeah.
damn. Listen, let me tell you though, the fact that Pikesville is that close to Michter's is crazy.
Yeah, but only to you two, because for me, that Pike was that was a 2.
All right. So let's talk about these real quick. So Handy MSRP. Now this is MSRP is $149.
This makes sense from the pricing. Well,
Yeah.
this one's a little more.
So
No, actually, that's right.
It's not.
All the pricing is right.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, these two are way wrong.
Okay.
Theoretically,
That
if
should
we
be
go
up.
if we go by MSRP,
Why? What's Michter's rye?
ready for this?
Yeah.
MSRP, it goes like that.
Oh, that's insane. That's ridiculous.
This is MSRP right here. Let me show you MSRP.
That's wild.
No. This is MSRP.
Okay.
Sorry.
I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
That's MSRP right there. Isn't that crazy?
that's insane.
So MSRP, we'll start with that. So MSRP on the Michter's is $200.
Yeah, so actually it's reversed. So the turkey's first.
You're right.
Yeah, it's like
You're right. Sorry.
270 or whatever.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the turkey is $269 is MSRP. on
Okay,
the
that's
Master's
fine
Keep.
because overall that average rated at a 2.
So MSRP on the turkey is $269. MSRP on the Michter's is $200.
Which had a overall between us 4.6.
Horrendous score, yes. And then Handy MSRP is $149.
2.67.
MSRP on the where's it at?
Oh no, Handy was a 2, and then EH was a 2.67.
MSRP on the H is $80, which if you can find it for $80,
Yeah, but really it's like
God bless
200
you.
if you find it at a store.
And then the Pikesville is $46, 45.
That was a 3.67.
So, but Master's Keep, I feel like you can find in a lot of places, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe not for $269, but
Nah.
you'll find it for $300, $350.
$339.
Yeah.
See it a lot for $339.
Which obviously I feel like it's okay for $3-ish something hundred. No?
It was $3.95 in the island.
You know,
You think it's too much?
no. Lord, no. It's wild turkey. I never think it's too
You
much.
like that kicking chicken, bro. So that's okay. I feel like this is severely. But 200. You'll never find this for 200 though.
No, I think we are unusually harsh on Michter's 10-year because I think maybe it's just this batch that was just a little bit wonky. But
Michter's is supposed to be up there, huh?
Yeah, a lot of times you hear people talk about the Michter's 10-year, depending on the batch, is pretty good. I just think maybe this is a bad batch. I don't know. I hate to judge one book by the cover, but if I did, this one would really be a stinker.
So, with this one though, I did not pay $200 for this.
No.
I paid way more than that. We got this at a drop in Kissimmee, I think, and it was $259, $250, $2 something. No,
Nah, it was 200,
Yeah.
189.
you think so?
Yeah, because we bought a lot that day.
Yes, we did. So Handy is the biggest controversy here because MSRP is $149. You will never see this for $149. If you see it for $149, you're lucky at like a Walmart or
You might in a controlled state.
yes, or
But
unless
it's a lottery.
Unless you win a lottery, 100%. But this in secondary is going for what, 500, 6-ish hundred?
Yeah, I
Secondary?
mean between
I think it's-
4 and 600 probably.
I think it's
is
600 or 700.
Yeah.
Secondary,
It's
I mean,
a little higher.
on the sites and on social media is going for four to 500 ish, right?
Yeah, easy.
Depending on the year. So if it's really old, then obviously more. But this one we determined was a 23. We said.
I think it is a 23. We'll have to Google it and see, but it's 124.9.
Yes,
I
124.9.
think that's a 23.
Yeah. So if you can find it for $149, bless you, but you're not gonna find it for that ever, unless
That's
you
what
win
the
a
stores
lottery.
get it for.
Yeah. And then E.H. Taylor straight rye, MSRP is $80. I think I paid $120-ish for this,
I felt like it was like 200.
which is not terrible. I think our first bottle that we bought was like $180. The first one.
160. The first
Something
one,
like that.
160. Yeah.
So, but MSRP is $80. You'll probably never find it for $80. But if you're anywhere between 100 and 200, I feel like it's fair-ish.
Yep.
Considering we rated it as what, number 2? You
Yeah.
said
On average.
Number 1 for Johnny D.
yeah, straight rye age.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I had it number 1.
This is a pretty stacked bottles for you to rate it number 1.
I still had it number 1.
And then
Yeah, you're right.
Pikesville-
You're right. 180.
So Pikesville is $46, and obviously you can pretty much find this anywhere.
Yeah, I mean honestly, if you haven't had Pikesville Rye and you want to get in the game, I would recommend that one. I would recommend the
That was my
Russell's-
number 2.
Yeah, the Russell's 6-year rye.
Yeah.
And I'd also recommend if you ever get a chance to try Black Maple Hills out of Oregon.
Yeah, I have that. We should have brought that.
Yeah, that's a very tasty rye. It's a little pricey, $100, but it is
Worth it.
I think it's worth it, and it will get you in the rye mood, if that's such a thing.
So
Did you have that one with us? I know John had that. Have you tried that one? The Maple Hill Black Maple? I think I brought it to your house.
I don't think I've had that.
I'll bring it.
That's good.
So out of all of these, I feel like there's obviously a lot more that we could have added to it. These are 5 out of the hundreds that we could have brought. Midnight's Dram. I mean, there's a bunch that we... Dark Arts, 13th Colony. There's a lot that would have probably rivaled these.
What about the E.H. Taylor
Barrel Proof Rye.
Barrel Proof Rye? Yeah,
We have not been lucky enough to score one of those. So
I mean, I think on average it's a win for John, who constantly advocates that Wild Turkey is equivalent or better than Buffalo Trace.
I'm not saying
because
that. I'm just saying that
Handy and Triumph were the same score on average.
all I'm saying is my taste is better than you three.
But I'm just saying,
it sure is.
I'm being genuine here. That I mean, I will admit I'm a Buffalo Trace fanboy. I do actually enjoy Buffalo Trace drinks,
I do too.
You have had me sample a lot of Wild Turkey stuff, and honestly, I can't think of a Wild Turkey product that I've tried that I was disappointed in.
That's it.
For sure.
I mean, the box is pretty cool.
Yeah,
the bottle is pretty cool. It's got an embossed turkey here. It looks awesome.
I love the boxes too that they come in.
Yeah. So
I guess this is just as good a spot as any to, I guess, wrap up this
Wrap things
episode.
up.
We're going to call it the the blind of the Ryes here, and of course,
What do you
E.H.
call
Taylor.
it? Three Ryes guys.
Yeah, 3 Ryes guys for the Whiskey Wisemen here with Dr. Joe and Money Mike, and I'm Johnny D. And thanks for watching. Thanks for kind of taking the plunge with us here on this episode of the blind tasting, and looking forward to the next one. Cheers. Guys.
Cheers.